collective energy reading. This is for the collective, so take all it as it resonates. Just put yourself where you need to be. You know your situation, you know your scenario. You know when it's frustrating you or when you're releasing certain frustrations because you're transforming. You know when certain people are messing about with your mind and it's causing you psychological problems, because that's a part of that transformation. Is when you have to look to the mysteries, to the parts of your story. Who's dominating over you, who's causing you this stress and this conflict, who's causing these fake smiles around you, fake smiles, gaslighting you, chatting crap, because that's a secret revival around you. Drop like glitter storms, and that's truth bombs, louder than their lies. You could be gaining introspection in regards towards this, all in the divine timing. About these Tauruses, Pisces, they was like dependable, sociable, awareness of you. I was down to earth, caring, providing, supporting, practical. They was stubborn, persistent, controlling, dominating, not using their intuitions the way how you wasn't able to create and use your intuitions, because they was jealous, reaction, something triggered their insecurities, because they wasn't communicating balance emotionally, mentally, financially with your partners, the way you was creative, speaking, balance of mind. Just around the corner, a wedding, a marriage. You could be having a wedding, a marriage just around the corner. You could be identifying that they had deceptive appearances of innocence or even purity. They was an empress in reverse, like a biblical Matthew 7 family member, a friend. They was all like a devil energy because of fear, lack compassion, art, social, aggressive, controlling. Just because you was brave, you was able to be able to move, you was creating, you had compassion, you're able to connect with the divine, that oneness, that interconnected, spiritually wise, mentally, emotionally. You was able to make these choices. They was determined because they was trying to control you, your movements, what you was doing, where you was going, and when you was doing what you was doing, because you was adventurous. They were spiritually, mentally, emotionally blocked. You was connected. They was like connected, institutionalized. Oh, because I know this, because I learned this, and I went to college and I knew that, but they did seek more knowledge. Be aware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravenous wolves, targeting vulnerable people, using their outward appearance to infuriate, entire, gain access to organizations, places in order to acquire secret information. The organization has been infuriated by infamous of a liquid alcohol, even virtually no water, infiltrates, that's desserts, that's such as deserts on inflammatory, that's looking at substances, or even a number of inflammatory cells, that's like that chest, radiograph, revealing patchy, infiltrate in half, lower lobes, and that secretly, gradually entering, pass into that place. It's an organization or group with hostile services. So it was conflicted, coming with stress, possessing, controlling, stubborn, over materialistic things, groups, people, the way how you're working. That's when you lack trust in people, and you don't even know how to have this trust because you can't even trust yourself, because you're not connected to your emotions. You're stubborn. You like got no compassion because you lack self-esteem. And you're seeing this hostile subbifs, because it's that covert, and they're like an intern, a spy, entering in a hostile, a territory that's infamously slowly moving through those divine feminines and masculines through their mind to conflict their thoughts, so they're indecisive, not got that balance, not enabled to use with love, compassion, stable. That's when you're looking at the ideas, even looking at that sacred part, it's that entering, even people or even agents, because they was like NPCs, non-player components working alongside them, an entire group or an organization without being detected. There was hostile, intense spying on you. So you know about these family members and those friends that was in that community where that masculine was your community, when you're out there in stress and conflict within their mind, because you're going towards these new beginnings, your partner, your balance, you've got this harmony in this community, money orientated. That's all beyond my mind. That's all that was on their mind. Money orientated. They're frustrated, trying to dominate over resources, coming with these fake smiles. Born in the 2000s, so they could be like 20 to 30 odd years old, younger than you, a bit older, maybe a bit older. Take this all as it resonates. Their mindset was all in money oriented, because 18, that's when you got these illusions. 2 and 6 about this money, your relationship. They was idolizing and watching you. So you're going to say about these people, They feel shame. They stuck in that same pattern. They feel shame with their fake smiles. Secret revival. They're stuck in that same pattern. You overcome. They were spiritually blocked, spiritually blind. And you're looking over that overreaction mood now, because they're looking at this Four of Pentacles, trying to secure your partner, controlling over structures, because you had that firm foundation. You connected to that Holy Trinity. They were spiritually, mentally, emotionally blocked. That's where you're looking about your comforts, your stability, and you're looking about that mistress to the story, because they had these illusions, habits to be able to take control. That's manipulating, holding on, clinging on to this masculine. They thought they was mastering for a property, possessions, for whom? Actual energy. They thought they was gaining love, but they lacked that compassion. 501s with great willpower, trying to fight you and block you, mind, because you have that higher character. You was connected to the divine, and you was that seeker of cups. They was trying to seek these cups from this Sage of Swords, because you're that star. They can see now they're getting this information. The Sage of Swords sees that you're that star. They could see that you as a star trying to block you from you gaining your access to getting your fulfillment, because they can see, they feel shame now. These family members and these friends that was trying to block you, these illusions for money, possession, partners controlling in your community, that was things that were in the dark, sexual, aggressive, doing spell work, paying to do these things because you for your wheel of fortune, same shit. Now they've got to go back around that same dryad cycle, get a spiritual box from the Most High, get spiritually awoken, connect to yourself, get out of that fucking ego, because are you having stress and conflict in your mind, those family members and friends, all because of how you communicated. You had passion, you had power, you moved with love, you moved with joy, you spoke wise word, you had discernment, you had that wholeness because you connected to the divine, and that was all for your Ten of Pentacles. So they was doing these fake smiles, trying to obtain these Ten of Pentacles, causing stress and conflict in a childlike spirit, trying to secure like they was spiritually woke, like, you know, when you go to church and, yeah, I know and I'm a true, like, I'm righteous and I do things right, when you're lying, sneaking, clinging on. Selfish, bad mind, watch face, Jezebel, spirited, all illusions, confusions. They was full of lies. This could be this mother trying to go in like those nurturing, caring, and that was that deep spiritual foundation. This masculine is now looking now, because it was about security. They was in that childlike spirit and thinking that they was going to gain. 9, 10, 11, 12, they're having this death and awakening now, because when they start looking back to their heart, their emotions, you're going to identify. That's what's the tea. Put you in this love triangle, girl fight, force her, push your energy. These family members and friends trying to put you in this love triangle, keeping it. You're going to see about this. They was thought they was smart when they was traveling, out socializing, partying in that childlike spirit, controlling, forcing their self up, extra for love, and like, you know, in comfort and stability for love. Look, it was in reverse. There you can see about this family members and friends. They're getting spiritually blocked mentally, because they can see you're that queen rising. They was divinating on you. You're unfazed because you just ran, and now they can see this cyberbullying you, watching you, stalking you, analysing you, all because you're knowing about the actions that they took when they was out socialising. They thought they was going to gain this love. They had these dim things, illusions, all because of this legacy. That's like trying to master that craft. Now this masculine's looking back to the mysteries of their story. They want to run from those feminine energies, masculine energies. They're around this girl fight. I don't care what you do. I was just using you for a record deal, just like you was using me. So they was using them for a record deal, for money, for stability. They was determined to try to take control because of their habits. This feminine, that was like, you know, when you're trying to, they thought they was ambitious. They thought they was creative. They wasn't using their creative skills in a positive way, because they was determined. They was like, lack compassion, didn't connect to their emotions. They didn't know how to get sensitive. They was just too sensual. Market, urban image, just changing young ladies at little man. So they thought they was changing young ladies to be able to transform. That was to be homely, like you're caring, nurturing, like you could be that mother figure. They was no mother figure. They was just a Jezebel spirit that they picked up. And that causing stress and conflict, force up, push your energy, clinging, holding on, causing these illusions, confusions. And now they're feeling stress because they're having fights, conflict. Now what about divine feminine? You think she's the one? Well, not over this. then, is it? So they was fighting, so you think that divine feminine's the one, but it's not over then, is it? You still got that relationship, that love and that home and that stability and that they're arguing, shouting, complaining, moaning now because of you and how you are. You're caring, nurturing, providing. They've got love towards you. They're mastering now, looking at that structures. I should have backed you up, not into a corner. So they're saying now, I should have backed you up, not backed you up into a corner, and made you feel like you weren't able to be able to move. They all backed you up and put you in a corner. Lying because of their ego. They was stubborn and trying to be controlling because of their mindset, institutionalized. They was not connecting to their spirit. They thought they was being creative and they didn't realize in that childlike spirit. He's gonna die when he sees you. So that feminine, masculine is gonna die when they sees you. Those friends, those family members, those groups. He better. She took a step down to be with him as it is. So you could have took a step down to be with those divine feminines, masculines, as it was. So when they see you, they're going to be shocked. Those groupies, they're going to be like, oh, hi, you're right. 2 kids broke some rules, got some consequences. 2 kids broke some rules, some consequences. They could have extra energies with this feminine energy. They could have even had a child. Things that they possessing. Money. Broke some kids because now they're feeling I am. Why is this first I'm hearing? So why is this first that you're hearing about this love triangle with these family members and friends that was grouping around them, causing you stress and conflict, doing things on purpose where you was speaking, out, socializing. They was putting a great force of willpower, determined with passion to be able to block you and your creative skills, where you express and you was growing and you was taking the action because you was getting that clarity. The judgment's taking place. You're going to hear about this because you got these secret revivals at the side of you, blocking you for going towards your honeymoon, you connecting towards your divine. That's your marriage. That's that just around the corner. Girl fights are happening because it's that market urban image. That's that iconic. You're slaying and you're slaying that whole room. They were trying to block you and stop you because you were staying in that room. Got people connected spiritually, emotionally, divinely guided, listening. It's connecting to their emotions. That's having compassion. They can see, people can see you've got this compassion. You're ironic and icon because you're just moving. That's that motive. You've got that blueprint to be able to show, paving that way because you're an up girl icon. You're like a true divine feminine, eye clarity, connected to the roots. Spiritually and emotionally, mentally balanced. You're slaying this thing out here in these streets. They can see you're spiritually, you got that power. You're moving away people. When certain people are trying to fight you, you're blocking that. Spirit's blocking that, guiding you, protecting you, supporting you, enabling you to grow. Because you can see that love triangle. You connected with the divine love. That's that honeymoon phase. Glow, blind, the flaws, fantasy, mask, the cracks, reality always shows up. Now they could be far looking back towards you. The secret of the revival. That's that legacy. They can see. They're getting that higher clarity. Truth's going to be shown about the willpower. Certain people's trying to block you and stop you. They didn't want you to be able to grow. That's because your strength and your power, and I can see that optimism, that's when you get that higher awareness and the divine starts speaking to you, makes you start realizing about certain actions you took, because people out here be jealous of you. You're just overcoming. You can see their social mask, what they got on when they're out in public, and the introspections and how they're really feeling with inside, because they can see they've got a social awareness of you. You're the social icon. They're connecting to their heart now because they miss you. All of a sudden they're connecting to their emotions, and that's triggering them. It's affecting now that higher clarity. That's that transformation. You go through that dark night of the soul. Every step I take, they think of you because they can see you just stay that room, and they backed you up in the corner. They didn't want to back you up. They tried to back you up. They knew Spirit enabled you to be able to stop. It reflected right back to them what they was doing, because they can see bigger goals ahead. You had these bigger goals ahead. Now they can see you're ambitious, expanding. You see the opportunity clearly. They're missing you now. They're getting that higher clarity. They're seeing that opportunity clearly. They may be put in a stop because that's that lost that spark. You know, that creative spark. when you're able to move forward and you're using your intuitions and you're looking at that life force and your purpose, they're feeling like they got no purpose. Like they're lacking confidence now, no longer outgoing, no longer feeling self-assured because they didn't have boundaries in place, and the truth and the clarity is just coming to them. It's causing them stress because you can say less. That silence gives you that power. Not every action and reaction is needed. You're calm, you speak, so you let it go. You looked at yourself, nurtured yourself, had that compassion. You release that love because you've seen that love triangle. Because the 3 a.m. thought, the quiet hour reveals the true feelings. Your mind wanders back to them. Clearly appears when they are asleep. So when they're sleeping, it's revealing towards them about this legacy. Those secrets have been revealed. They're connected to the divine now. They're mastering those thoughts, their attitude. Now, are they feeling they may want to be that fool? They may want to be able to take action to be that lead, to reveal these secrets towards you, all within divine timing, because they miss you. What's this tea? The gossip. No filter. They're speaking the truth, and that's authentic communication. They may see you standing in your power, speaking your truth. You're transforming. They're spiritually blocked because they was on that rebound, and it's a bigger goal in place. This feminine, masculine, they may see that they're on that rebound, and there's a bigger goal in place. Certain people had this willpower just to block them from money. It was all about social, material aspects of life. They thought they was being creative. Didn't connect. Now they're having these triggers because it's causing stress and conflict when you get that higher clarity. It's emotional. They're lost. They've even lost that spark because of the inspiration, that creative clarity, no balance. Because now they're getting introspection about things that's in the unknown, and they can't say nothing at all because they've got these plastic smiles, fake smiles, all these fake smiles, fake kindness, family, friends, what are around them when they're in that social community. They're sugarcoating their thoughts now and their actions that they took because they're going in that higher clarity. All within time, you're going to see no filter because that patience is required. So they're getting patient now because they're connecting to their heart. They're mastering that craft. You know, when you're trying to get that firm foundations, get your leadership skills. January, they could have been seeing the bigger goals ahead since January. January could be significant. They've gained higher clarity since January. October, you could have known about these seeds that was planted and they're getting introspection about love and they lost their spark. This could have been from October when these people trying to block you and stop you because they was not at spiritual balance. They didn't have self-respect, and what they was growing didn't grow for shit. Now they're identifying about those experiences and lining now because it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while to be able to transform, to be able to connect, because that's when you have to gain them structures and look about these groups, these family members and friends. And when you release the resistance, you can let go of those thoughts and those feelings, that stress in your mind. 3 o'clock, clarity about those family members and friends that was two-faced, chatting shit about the groups, those situations, who they was expanding with. That man is no butcher of mine. You saw what he did. So there's not of theirs. You saw what they did. That just drops. Let's take another one. It says you know how to contact with your audience. So you know how to speak, connect with your audience, enable the collective, your family, your friends to look at yourself, your art, your attitude, because that's your foundations, guys. You need to be able to look, because if people aren't enabling you to be able to grow and they're trying to claim authority over your assumptions, feelings, thoughts, your craft, when you're moving, when they're dominant over your house, your security, that's your heart, your emotions, your thoughts and feelings want to give you that girl fight, so you're conflicted and having stress in your mind, so you're not standing in your power, and then it makes you feel emotional. You have to see those building blocks, what's going to enable you to stand up strong. Wouldn't be normal Sunday, she get caught in the spirit. So it won't be a normal Sunday if you get caught in that spirit, because you got Sunday, that's the 7th day when you got that higher clarity, spiritual awareness, to connect to your heart. You have to do that every day, because I watched my sister do this all the time in high school. Just don't let everyone know you dating exclusively. So they could have watched their sister do that all the time in high school, sleeping with other people's man, causing stress and conflict in that childlike spirit. They just didn't know, let people know they was dating exclusively, they was hiding it, blocked, not showing it. I don't want to end up divorced like my parents. So they didn't want to end up divorced like their parents. Their parents could have got divorced, arguments, stress, conflict. Then you go and you have to let go, because then you got different places, different homes, different thoughts, and it's that breakdown, it's that dogmatic thinking. So they was breaking it down now because they're gaining that guidance. They didn't have that high clarity and guidance because now they're seeking that knowledge. That's about the hard work, about people, neighbours. That's that freedom now. Sorry I lied, but being a music producer, so sorry they lied, but being a music producer, they was lying to other people, clinging on, not being loyal, because that was mastering that craft, you know, taking authority, the habits, structures, feminines, in the studio, partying, socialising, sleeping, keeping, cheating, lying. Don't let no one know I gave you no slack. So don't let nobody know that they lost that spot, they gave them no slack. Take it all as it resonates, those family members and those friends. Did you hear about them busted in paradise? So did you hear about them busted in paradise? So they could be on holiday now, abroad, the Wheel of Fortune, they've got stopped. Officials, higher, officials, free, locked up, they could be locked up in their mind. 12, prison. We not, you are. So now you're not, they are stressed in their mind because they can see that's that transformation. Somebody saying, we're not, you are, you're locked up, we're not locked up. It's my letter of resignation. So you could be giving this letter of resignation, 10, that Wheel of Fortune, boom, ending cycles. We was not doing nothing, miss. So they're going to say, we weren't doing nothing, miss. That teacher, these kids fighting, arguing, we wasn't doing nothing, miss. Wave, say to auntie. So they could be saying, wave, say to auntie, goodbye, we're going. Beware of brief delight and lasting shade. So beware of brief delight. Hi, you all right? Hope everything's all right. Rare, like the loyal. The lasting shade, conflict. My secret weapon, body, be bodying, curves, be curving. So their secret weapon was their body, be bodying, curves, be curving. That was their secret weapon. Extra energies, conflict, stress, childlike spirit, boom, to be able to get to that 10. Don't play with me. I'm not no game. Don't lie. Don't hide the truth. So you're like, don't play with me. Don't hide. Don't lie. The truth. You best speak that truth because we know about this sexual energy, these family members and friends, your mindset towards money, what you was clinging on to because you were spiritually, mentally, emotionally blocked, balanced, or because it goes down back to childhood, your relationships with feminine energies, masculine energies. You felt neglected. You didn't have no stability. You was always seeking, trying to find that stability. You weren't practical. You wasn't connected to your mental capacity, your mind. You wasn't emotionally, mentally nurturing yourself as those that you was around because you was slightly detached from those emotion, extra energies. Quick, run. Kevin Gates, wet, try. I've been vulnerable, pain in my soul. I'm a gangster, no point in sleeping. So that was what was wrong with him. Pain in the soul, they're a gangster, no point in sleeping. Got that healing. Normie, they're scaring energy, so they've got that scared energy because they're healing now. It's that spiritual awakening. All this attention on her, Kevin Gates, come my way. So they could be saying that karmic, fake smiles, secrets revealed, all that attention on that divine feminine. They can't even sleep because they can see you. They got you on their mind as well. Always on my mind. Mind games, mental clarity. So that mind games, because that's looking at water, Islamic. That's that ritual, washing the body, moral integrity, spiritual awareness, mouth, hands, nose, face, arms, purity. That's that physical and spiritual purification. It's worshipping water, sacred elements. It's cleansing, baptism from that thought because they're having that high clarity awakening. They're coming towards you because they're having that marriage. That's that left and the right side of that brain. They maybe want to be able to come towards you when the time is nice. You need to just release that resistance, stress, conflict. They need to be able to come back. They are not trustworthy. They can't even trust their self. So their mental clarity, they can't even trust their self. So they're having that marriage, walking their self down that aisle. That's when Jesus died at 33. Vertebrae up that aisle, the back of your neck back, that pineal gland, straight back down to the body, up to the top. Get that marriage left and the right side of the brain. Because this true crime is that they was in that low, dense devil energy because of fear, lacking, holding on, restricting, money, possessions, actual energy, not transforming, spiritually blocked, spiritually blind, mentally, emotionally, because of family, all stemming from childhood back in the day, arguing, conflict, imbalance, that mental capacity in mind, institutionalized. You know how a family should be. Stick that one, have a child with that one, stay there, boom. Try and work it out, boom. Don't expand, don't evolve, don't grow, don't look at yourself, don't know about boundaries, don't speak the truth. People lie, even the people in the church lie, don't they? Church people always lying. They're the ones that cause conflict and put great willpower for people to change, because I think they're being creative, because that's that death. And that's when you're not even able to transform. Now they're having that transformation because they're seeing those family members and those friends about their attitude and what they was holding on to because of their mindset. Hotel, motel, because of this devil energy. Wanting to fly. The lies. All because of those lies, deceit, lies, deception, because of action, attitude, approach, aggressive, naive. They thought you was naive. They thought you was a fool. All because they were spiritually, mentally, emotionally blocked. Alive, you seen that was you was alive, you connected, you was fully alive, that spiritual connection from the ancestors, they gave you that spiritual wisdom, you was fully alive, that boat, death, you floated, had that transformation, regenerated. Now they may be having that death, letting go and flying away, moving from them because of these lies. Dating and who they was dating and what they was dating because it's alive, like this child and this family, a child. So you can be saying about this child who was taking advantage, again in higher clarity, they're seeking wisdom in regards to this child. 4, 9, 10, 11, 12. They could be seeing these secrets, that they had this affair. So they could have been with you, travelling, childlike spirit, setting up family and home. They could be looking at that legacy, homicide. They could have been a child unaliving. Wow, fire. They're running away now. Because this fire couple, fire sign couple, fate and unaliving. You don't see about this. Take that part all as it resonates, guys. Always leave the rest for the best, don't stress. British Prime Minister. Thursday, only day, compound in your head. So Thursday, the only day. Thursday is the 4th day because that's connected to the heart. Now they're getting awakened about the actions. Now the way how they're feeling. They're looking at their structures. Eat as one for every day of the week. Could be a woman. Now they're running. To be continuously ignorant is a great step to knowledge. Letters out. See what letters come out. Quickly. No. No, you're not taking them back. No, they're not going back. No, there ain't no evidence. Nod. Knob. Dob. Odd. Oh. Sake. You're saying, I don't know. Date of birth. ID. You're seeing things being revealed. Information. Knowledge. Today. Somebody could have been nicking. 2, 8, 2 eyes. Kite. Yacht. Italy. It's okay. So 2. It. Date of birth. Doing. Invite. Get an invite. Take this all as it resonates, guys. Yo, people are getting KO'd out here. Don't play. E. Done. In. Vine. Vein. Vine. Vinny. Take this all as it resonates. Always leave the rest for the best. Don't stress. Nude.